Let's see if we can figure this out. I was trying to go live yesterday. She was not working. Peace, love, and abundance, family. I'm tapping in right now
It's good, y'all.
with a master fighter, one of my brothers who's actually about to move, and he's gonna move to pursue his dream. You feel me? As a fighter, he's already got mad fights and shit like that.
More than my
I'll share
age.
some shit later on, maybe. But he's got bare knuckle fights. He's got, you feel me? This is UFC fighter, but he taps into the spiritual energy. You feel me? Let me let me do this to so people can actually listen to us and not really be looking.
Right.
So, like I said, he taps into, his Kundalini energy. You feel me? He taps into spiritual energy when fighting. You heard? And that's one thing that I've always applauded you on. You be out in the park earthing. You feel me? You be really tapping in, getting the sun rays and shit like that. So for somebody who is also, I'm tapped into that energy too. What are certain things that you do to help keep you on that line, bro? You feel me? Because there's a lot of distraction. And he was just saying how, when we tap into also semen retention, it gives you other powers. You feel me? And I've been battling that shit for a minute because I got a shorty and But what do you do, bro, to stay focused and stay on that path, man? You heard?
In terms of staying focused, man, like sometimes it takes, like I could say what worked for me, but I could say what's a genuine thing that could work for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd rather do the second one. When it comes to staying focused, man, sometimes a person got to go through the shadow phase of like looking at the things that don't align with their purpose,
Perfect.
but then once they recognize it, they have
Mm-hmm.
an option and free will to make a change and a difference in their own behaviors. And then by doing that, they outwardly reflect that and change their environment too. So
Okay.
the choice really is mainly to look at the things that either do or don't feed your purpose and to decide how much energy you want to give to it. And then after that, it's just taking it step by step to accomplish what you want, but remembering and realizing it is a step by step process. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you can do more than one step at a time, but you have to look at it in steps because sometimes it can feel so overwhelming that a person
Mm-hmm.
could start self sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
So the best way is really to accept guidance sometimes too, because coaches need coaching. A coach ain't just become a coach, you
Exactly.
know?
That's a fact. Hell yeah. So like we were talking about earlier too, bro, like mastery. You feel me? Becoming a master. And the reason I started thinking about that because it reminds me of this quote, how if you become a master, right, you'll never be broke. You feel me? If you master something, you'll never be broke because there'll always be people that'll pay you for your skills, pay you for your mastery. You understand? So and the reason why I thought of that because you said you've never really had to work. Your abilities and you tapping into your gift has always paved the way. You feel me? So that shit is real, bro. That shit is real
I
to
mean,
me.
I wouldn't say I'd never had to work. It was only reference at that moment, and
Like
I was
never
speaking
really.
towards like how things align for me in a
Hmm.
great way, and that was only due to the fact that some things I did not have to work for because the work I put in already set me steps ahead. And before I realized it sometimes, and that go back to like the prayer, right? And when you pray for something, you ask for something, and then sometimes spirit sees how real you are with yourself and others that
Mm,
it'll give you the chance to have something better than you could have ever asked for when it sees you don't get ungrateful in terrible moments or tough moments.
that's deep, bro. That's deep. The power of prayer. Talk about that, bro. How do you pray? Like, what do you do?
I
What
mean,
do you believe in a Most High Creator, or what do you believe in? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in like
I believe in the one infinite spirit, no matter what anyone wants to call it, from any
Hmm.
way,
Okay.
doctrination, or idea,
Okay.
because no way denies its existence. And no matter what anyone wants to call it, it's the reason why by every breath we still are all here. There's more
Mm,
in a breath besides oxygen. So when we are entertaining these ideas, somebody had to take the time for that, right?
mm-hmm.
Um to even give it a chance to be in other people's minds. So I'm very glad that we're having this conversation and talking on this live because a lot of people for so long believed God was just a big man in the sky, you know. And
Exactly.
even myself, like when I was a child, and that pushed me away from religion for a long time. Like, y'all want me
Yeah.
to think God is a big white man in the robe? Man,
Yeah.
fuck all y'all. Nigga, God
Exactly.
not real. How about that? Then I started
Yeah.
thinking that shit. And then I realized that was also shit because life kept guiding me in ways that to be like, yo, man, how do you feel about this?
Yeah. Like what we
And then
doing?
when you realize those dark thoughts that come in and out,
Mm-hmm.
that's really spirit like punking people sometimes because of their behavior or seeing how
Mm,
far they will entertain something before it guides something, magnetizes something in or out of their life.
mm,
So spirit tests people by their behavior and how their heart energy is with every breath that they take. So it
that's deep,
sometimes,
bro. That's deep.
like with spirit, people can entertain worshiping it in many ways. Some people go as far as sacrificing other individuals, something, you know, and they
Yeah, like
contort
that
the
shit
word
crazy.
to
Yeah.
make it seem like it's a right thing or righteous, but spirit said we shouldn't be killing nobody. And we all really, and the really weird thing now, when you hear me say this, and I'm sure you may have heard this before, there's only so many blood types, right?
Yup.
All humans are fucking related. We're not supposed to be out here having sex. We none of us should even be here if we looking beyond scripture.
Like on some spiritual shit, right?
I mean, we one that now that's another thing too in itself, brother. Calling
But
things
I
spiritual at
think
this
a
point,
little bit. I
like
don't think that
all is tapped
everybody's
into the
related.
one infinite.
I don't think that everybody's related. Just the knowledge that I tap into. You feel me?
Word.
I believe that there's certain bloodlines on Earth that's completely different than other bloodlines.
Of
Some people have
course.
came from other places beyond this Earth that's not even just like
Yeah.
the RH. You feel me? The RH
The our
bloodline.
age, that's not even
But like
yo,
it's
put me
shit like
on to
that.
that
Yeah.
because there's pieces of that that I still haven't even fully
Well,
understood
it's
yet.
just
Because I
pretty
know that's
much
not even a bloodline that
yeah
existed at a
existed.
certain time
Yeah.
period. They just got
Exactly. Exactly. So it's like I don't believe that everybody is the same bloodline, but you're right. There is certain,
like the
like in
majority of black
America,
people are.
especially in
Oh,
America, yeah. In America, you got a couple big families, bro. You feel me? That branched out, and a lot of us in America are definitely related, especially if you can trace your
ancestral
ancestry,
lineage.
even if you know your great great grandpops.
Mm,
You feel me? You even if you know stories, okay, who was great great grandpops was about? Where was he from? Where we come? You feel me? That's how you really get your genealogy and your ancestry. That bloodline shit that you could do and send your blood in, that shit's not 100% accurate. We know that now. You feel me?
mhm,
That's a billionaire's fucking platform where he could just say you're anything.
right.
So what we need to do is go back to Big Mama. You feel me? Just like you were
Yes,
saying, gotta go to grandma,
our
nigga.
actual
Grandma tells, hey
ancestors,
nigga, we native. What you mean? We Creole, we Seminoles. You
and
feel me?
that's
Like,
real.
so like that shit, that aspect of it is different. But to go back on what was you were saying, like, do you believe in karma and shit?
I believe karma is energy returning by your choices when they go to taking the life out of it to call it a equal or opposite reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Like science, sometimes it takes the life out of things. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes science also shows that there's life beyond what we idolize. So there's a
Exactly.
balanced spectrum of extreme to all things. When it comes to sciences or idealism towards spirit itself, or
Mm-hmm.
even how a person should carry themselves or what values they should have in a society like today. That
Mm-hmm.
confuses people on purpose.
Mm-hmm. So like another thing too, I wanted to ask you, man, going back to like what we was talking about, like higher vibration shit and tapping into like the spiritual aspect of life. Like, what are certain things that you do to keep you tapped in? You feel me? Like, what are certain practices that you do to
Well,
keep you like
as I say
tapped
it,
in and aligned with that frequency?
as I say these things, I'm also going to suggest them. And I'm saying this to all the melanated peoples out there fighting the silent wars and the things in their own being that they don't share with people.
Yeah.
I ask that y'all take the time to really ground. Like, I know this is one of the most
Mm,
consistent things you hear, but
hmm.
ancient time are
Grounding. What do you mean by that? Just for somebody who wouldn't know.
by
You feel me?
grounding, right? It's a
Yeah.
term that's used for what one would call, in essence, returning home in one way. But
Mm,
when you stand on the planet, man, or you in nature, and you got the water hitting the rocks and the waterfall, and all those ions is
Yeah, negative ions.
that
Yep, I talk about that shit too.
that
Hell yeah.
negative charge,
Yeah.
man. It helps you release the positive charge we accumulate by everything we perceive through our vision, hearing, feeling, and
Mm,
consuming. Like in every way, like hearing and seeing is still consuming.
exactly.
So when you take the time to ground all that positive charge we accumulate, you get to release. So the thing about electrical charge
Mm-hmm.
and life is intentions. Negative and positive don't mean good and bad when we talk about electric. Negative is really good
Exactly.
because
In a
you
way,
get
yep.
to
That's where
release
people get
that.
lost. Exactly, right?
Hmm.
You hear negative, you think the motherfucker talking about some negative shit. No, it has nothing to do with that. You heard? But that's deep, man. That's very deep,
But
bro.
that's one piece. Like
That's one
that's
little
one
piece,
thing.
right? Yeah.
Other thing we should be doing is our melanogenesis, because it's
Mm,
people in these meetings that's sitting up and studying us and our alchemical makeup of carbon to basically find what further ways to manipulate us and keep us trapped in this prison. But like the only way they're gonna do it is through either getting around you to get you to be reactive or underreactive,
mm-hmm.
right? Or overreactive,
Yeah.
or they're going to do it through politics to get you emotionally incapable of expressing your own thoughts
Mm-hmm.
and idealism. And then mainly the main pillars that already been here, religion.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean that's just a few ways, but other things is the attacks that some people that's silent is really like the diet, man.
Yeah,
So the
bro.
next thing I would say is the other thing is what I consume is
Mm,
what I would suggest to our peoples to behave or in their behaviors, like look at what they consume and think about the things that will help them feel the healthiest, and then consume
mm,
those things. Even when it comes to music, what you listen to, the people you choose to be around, or
mm-hmm.
even like just what you would entertain with your own thought patterns when intrusive thoughts do come in.
Mm,
Sometimes reframing your thoughts and then thinking
exactly.
about like another reference that might have the same word. You
Yeah.
know, like it's all kind of things a
To
person
hack
could
your
do
shit.
to
Yeah,
hack
that's deep.
that.
Talk more about that mental warfare word, bro, because that's deep. A lot of us go through that. And that's how these negative spirits really attack a lot of brothers. You feel me?
That's the
Through
main
mental
way
warfare.
because we're so powerful, but it's untapped power. So like a lot of people don't understand they have more
Exactly.
in them than they could imagine. And the big thing is with like going back to the melanogenesis, man.
Yeah.
Once you're doing that, anything that you're doing is gonna help you overcome any kind of mental plays anyone try to do with you, as long as you clear with your own mind through what you're doing and your behaviors for you, and then the ones you love, and then
Mm,
to spirit itself. And then
mm,
somewhere in that, you give back to the world
mm.
somehow.
So to bring it back, man, just to loop it up, like I said, you're a master fighter, right? So when you get into that ring, and let me remind y'all family again, like I've seen this brother, he's got mad shit. You feel me? I'll share some shit with y'all maybe later. But he has bare knuckle fights where he's went combat bare knuckle in a ring
Bro,
with another man. You
before
feel
I
me,
fought that
family?
dude, I
Fighting.
didn't know he was
So
a boxing champion.
you
I
could
just
tell.
went
I
in
could
there to
tell
fight
just
him.
looking at him. You could
Like
tell he was a fighter. You fought a fighter. Like that was a dog fight. You feel me? Win or lose, homie right here went in there to. You feel me? And so, what do you do, bro, when you get into a ring? Because not many. I'll say 90% of people, especially in America, would not do that, bro. Get in the ring with another man, bare knuckles. A lot. We're living around a lot of pussies. You feel me? So, what are certain things you do when you get into that ring? Because I know you act. There's a little fear there. You feel me? There
honestly,
is
at
when
this
fighting, there's fear. You feel me?
the thing of
But what
fear,
what what type of shit do you do when you're in the ring? Like what energy are you channeling? Like what's going on
I channel
in
all of
those
my
couple
feelings when I
beginning
fight.
moments? You just channel your
I
feelings.
channel all of my feelings and I think about the
Mm,
things I want. I think about my good feelings. I think about my bad feelings because with martial arts, like I've done it in every mental state. Like when I was
yeah,
younger, I used to be getting geeked the fuck up.
yeah.
You know, like I know it sounds unprofessional, but
Mm,
being completely real, like man, I was getting high as hell when I was younger, and I'd done martial arts in every mental state, from being sober in every emotion to
yeah,
high and different kind of highs in every
yeah,
emotion.
yeah.
So when I fight, I channel
You
everything.
just channel all your energy that you just
That's why I could knock someone out, smile, but people be like, "Is he okay? Like,
yeah,
what's wrong with him?" But it's
yeah.
not that I laughed at I hurt someone. I laughed at how beautifully I did it, or in my own head.
Mm,
So like people will see you laughing or talking
I
when you
know I seen
walking,
you a lot. Yeah,
but you
yeah,
in your own mind,
yeah.
everybody has that power.
Yeah, family. I'm gonna show y'all a fight later. I'll just get on this bitch later and show y'all a fight with homie right here. Um, but damn, so you said when you in the ring, you just pretty much channeling your energy and your emotions. You just channeling all the shit you've been through.
That and then what I want to experience, I think about too. And
Oh,
then
what you?
in each
Yeah,
moment, I take it moment by moment because a fight
yeah.
really is multiple situations and how you handle them because each space is a different discipline.
Uh, uh, yeah, he showed me a couple techniques that stay. That's just gonna stay with me forever. Boy, what? And I'm
Real.
like, see, when you master shit, like I'm a master in different ways. I feel like in my heart I'm a master rapper. You feel me? I'm a little bit of a fighter too,
You
but I'm
ain't no
not.
rapper. You be
I'm
on
a
hip hop because it be things you really live. It ain't
yeah,
like you
like
just on there capping.
oh, for real, right?
Real.
I'm a master lyricist. You
There it
understand that?
is. Real.
So another thing too, man, just to bring it up, I recently, you know, Young Pharaoh too, right?
See, I
So,
don't personally know him, but
but you know
I've
of him,
seen his videos and some of
yeah.
the different things he talks about. You know,
Hmm.
he seems like a very intelligent person that's tapped in that, takes the time to really understand himself. So
Hmm.
I don't know about all the gossip and stuff people slander his name
Yeah,
about,
people
but
do
I don't really entertain all of that. Like I'll listen to some of the things he says and then I just
take
keep it
it
scrolling.
exactly. So anyway, like you feel me? I met up with the homie uh like a month ago, helped him out and shit. But we talk a lot about this Kundalini energy and this activation shit. But like I seen this brother really manipulate the physical just with manipulate shit without touching it. You feel me? Like really using the force or whatever we have in us to move other objects. You feel me?
That's
Like that shit was
amazing,
crazy, bro. So like,
bro.
what do you think about that? Like,
I
are
do
you trying to
believe that
do that or?
those are real things that can be done. And I think that it requires a person really hone in on their own creative power and energy.
Uh-huh.
Like back to the retention thing we were speaking on earlier, that's one method that could possibly have the ability to bring you into that because you're no weird shit. Your nut is cerebral spinal fluid. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So like if
Exactly.
you ain't busting off, you ain't a buster first
Yeah.
off. But then you also get to hone in on your own energy and then heal your brain when they go
Hmm.
back up to your brain. So it's like it's pleasurable some things could be. Sometimes you just gotta say
Yes.
no.
So semen retention, that's very big too then, right?
Mm,
Holding your life force in.
it is because
That's
you
how
can
we
make
get
a whole
attacked
nother
too, right?
being.
Through our root chakra.
You can
Like
make another
releasing all the
person with
time.
that.
Yeah, I know that
You
shit
know,
deep. Yeah.
like when you become a parent, your whole mindset towards all of that start to change.
Yeah.
Maybe at certain moments you have your moments where you're like, look, I'm on that dog coming out tonight.
Yeah.
But be real.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the moments where you like, man, fuck that shit, man. I ain't trying to be tired later. I got some shit to do.
Yeah, hell yeah.
For real.
That's a fact. So we would so both of us, you feel me, as fifth elements, we would come to an agreement that they attack us through our root chakra. Having us release all the time, therefore you really have no energy to really
That's
help your
one
spirit and
silent
tap
war.
into your
That's
higher
why
self.
porn is free because
Yeah, that's
everybody's a
deep, right?
product.
Like nothing's really free though,
Because then they giving
right?
their energy off while
Mm,
the nerve system connected to the fingers and then
uh-huh,
no weird shit, your dick is connected to your organs too. So like
uh-huh.
if a person holding that while they're exhaling into the ethers, they nutting off,
Yeah,
they giving all that energy, that loose out to everything else. It's just like it's a waste, man. And I grew up on that shit for a minute. Ain't cause
yeah, but
everybody
that's
grew up
what you do
watching
as a
porn.
fighter though, right? You
Not
hold your energy in,
yes.
bro. I remember Mike Tyson talking about this shit. He would say how he said that he lost one of his craziest fights because he was fucking the night before and shit. And he was like, usually he doesn't. Sometimes he does, but sometimes he doesn't. And then you got other fighters that'll be like, wait, hold on, that's how you tap into your testosterone.
Now that's a
Is
thing. Like
oh yeah, here go my shorty.
there's two
All right, so
topics of
look,
it,
y'all, we gonna
spectrums.
we gonna do part two, yo. You heard? We're gonna do part two coming soon. This was a great conversation, my brother, for real.
Brother.
20-minute convo. That's beautiful.
Solid.
Solid. But look, we're gonna do a part 2 and we're gonna tap more
We're
into
gonna tap
certain
into the
things.
last piece of what
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
speaking
tap
on,
into the
because
last piece. Yeah.
that last piece is like serious. Like some people
Hell
will
yeah.
have
You know?
opposite things to say about each thing.
But yeah,
You
shit.
want this one?
Nah, that's hers. She about to sit right there. But all right, family. Look, we out. Huh? You got everything? Yeah, come in. All right, I'm ending the stream, y'all. Part 2 coming soon.